Hi, I'm Ken Poletski with Community Real Estate Group Keller Williams here in Tri-Cities, Washington. We cover the southeast region of Washington State, and we're here to show you a little bit about what's going on in our market in 2023. A lot of things affect the market. There's lots of variables that happen. Supply and demand is one. COVID was a big one. Right now we're facing interest rates. The rising interest rates has definitely slowed down the buyer's ability to purchase homes, and many of those are having to sit on the sidelines and wait. If you can afford to buy a home in today's market, I would highly recommend it, and these numbers are going to show it. We're going to start doing this once a month so you can kind of see what's going on, because if we wait till the market rates go down and then the flood of buyers come back, we know what the home prices will do. They'll begin to rise again, and we'll see that they're going the other way right now. So in the Tri-Cities market and actives, I have this top line here is all of the entire residential. This covers manufactured homes on rented lots to multi-million-dollar homes on farms. Anything residential is on this graph. Anything that you could live in, purchase to live in as a home is on here. The lower numbers are going to be your new construction, because we track both. One of the things that we see is about 20-25% of our home sales in the area in Tri-Cities generally is a new construction home. So 1 out of every 4 homes is new construction. So the monthly actives, what's been going on the very beginning of the year? It was 738 homes on the market, which was a lot more than January of 2022. And there was only 200 homes on the market at that time. What we've been seeing is a steady increase in that number. And with that increase of that number, the sellers on the market have had to fluctuate, right? Had to pivot a little bit to bring in prices so that the buyers that are out there still looking under the current market and the interest rates can afford to make an offer on their home. So we're seeing the average pricing of that happening right now, I think is in the mid fours, low fours for those homes that are selling. So, and we'll see that here later, but 890 homes on the market as of September 1, today being September 8th. I looked this morning, it was 969 homes on the market. So it's already been an increase from last month. When we look at the average price here, we can start to see that the new homes, now the top line, has been our first indicator. The new home construction has started to lower their prices. These are builders with inventory. They're not like regular sellers where they don't have, it's not an emotional tie, it's a financial tie. If they're not selling houses, then they're not making money and they're not eating dinner, right? That's the kind of thing that they have to do. So what do? They start adjusting things, tweaking numbers, maybe changing their features and things like that to get that prices down, looking at different lot variations. The resale market has still kind of been increasing over the time, but then it plateaus here. Starts to plateau between that $500,000 and $600,000 part, that range where new construction coming down. And what we're seeing is the two kind of hit each other. And when they start to hit each other, the new homes that are bringing their prices down will start to have an effect on the resale market. Why? Well, if you can go out and buy a brand new home for the same price you can buy a resale home, wouldn't you choose something that's newer or brand new? Most buyers would. So what we're looking at is to see what that does. And we can see that the numbers, 587, 589, they've finally gotten close, but look at the gaps you saw before. So as we see that, we're going to see a little bit of pressure on the resale market to start lowering prices. So sellers, if you're ready to get your home on the market, get it on now, because we don't know where this is going to continue to go. I'm not expecting it to change in the next quarter. I don't even expect it to be in first quarter of 2024. So looking at the pendings. Now the pendings are the kind of now market. Actives are kind of the future market. They're not under contract, they're not sold. Pendings are what's selling right now, and solders are rear view mirror. So when we're looking at pendings, we always see this giant arcing thing, right? Well, when we're looking at our numbers have climbed up because seasonal times of year are a little bit slower in real estate. Could be the winter months are slower. Then we usually peak right about here. So we're kind of on our natural trend right now. But if I had 2022 numbers up, you would see that number is substantially down by 25%. And that would be a good slide. Maybe on next month's slide, I'll actually have the month or the year prior to this. But this is the entire market. Every one of the homes that is residential on the market now. And the gray down here that you see, that's new construction. And look at that plateau right here. And it's actually started a little bit of an increase. They peaked out in early May. Remember, new construction takes anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to build. So those homes go under contract, they're under contract for a long time. And then they kind of, when they get done and get their CO, then they're put into the sold categories that we'll see here in a second. So the average prices of pendings, you'll see a big difference here, right, between the actives. The average prices of pendings that are on the market, the dark black here is the total market, the gray new construction homes, so the light gray, and we started to see that on the active market, the prices dropping, and we're seeing it here across the new construction market in the pendings that it's dropping as well. But look at this is what I was talking about. The static, kind of has been even all year in the resale market. In the total market, it's been kind of hovering between that $400,000, $500,000 sweet spot. Typically, we get about 100 homes on the market a week, and maybe 10 to 20% of those will sell in that week's time because they're priced appropriately. So it's super important if you're putting your home on today in this market that you price it appropriately and price it competitively with the actives. So when we start to look at solds, because solds is kind of what the real picture is on where we can use to appraise values and things. So when we look at solds, and you got to remember these numbers that I have are just this year. It's not showing last year when it shows a significant drop, but you'll see it on the end slide here when we get to it. But the total market has been ramping up to closed escrows, kind of just moving along, cycling like the typical market. And we're kind of at the end of August, we were at 386 homes sold. New construction, we're only 75 of those 386 were brand new homes. So we're seeing that this little bit of an increase still, right? So some of those homes that were, that were put into contract in January or February are just now closing here now that we're in August and September, right? 6 months to build. So when we look at the sold price averages, those are in the 450 to 500 range. That mid fours is the total market. That mid four I was talking about, and it's been pretty static, right? That's everything that's on the market. What did I tell you about the new construction? We started to see it at the beginning of the year. Builders cannot hold inventory for very long before it starts hurting their profit margins because they have holding costs that are generally associated with each and every build. So what they've had to do is kind of adjust that, and they've adjusted it on price throughout the year. Now you're seeing a lot more builders make adjustments and maybe change their plans a little bit, make a little bit smaller plans where it's a little bit more affordable. Some builders have absorbed that inventory into their own personal investment portfolio. We've been seeing that. But what we've seen is, $454,000 in August was the average price, $454 in July, $450 in June. May had a nice peak at 500, but we're seeing that. So let's just give you a total picture of what's going on in the 2023 market. Our next slide is going to show us the entire number of homes sold, and I have data going back to 2007 when I moved to Southeast Washington, and I started tracking that, and I actually found the data to go back to 1977. So I have all kinds of cycles and market trends and data to allow me to forecast my business and protect my clients and do some advising consulting when I'm talking with builders or developers or even buyers that are thinking about building or buying in this new environment. So what we're looking at, this is 2023. 2023, we've sold 2,531 homes in 8 months. That's through August. Last year, the entire market sold 4,486 homes. So there's probably no way we're gonna close that gap, because remember, everything that goes into contract in, say, December probably is closing in 2024. Probably even in halfway through November, it's gonna close in 2024. There's no way we're gonna catch a 2,000 unit gap on that number. But this has been the market. So 2020 was 5,252 homes. 2021 was 5,018 homes. That's when all the bidding wars and the crazy stuff was happening and sellers were throwing their houses on the market and you're getting 20 offers. That market's gone. That doesn't mean that if you price it well, you won't get multiple offers. So you need to hire a professional to give you that consulting and the advice on where to start with. But this is an interesting number. So 2,531, is it going to continue down? Well, look at 2008, when the market recession hit here. Look how long it took to actually get back in line here. It took till 2015. So what I'm trying to tell you is I try to come from just a consultant advisory role. Education is all about what I stand for in real estate. Yes, I can show houses, and yes, I can write contracts and negotiate with the best of them. But what I try to do is inform my clients of what's going on so they can make informed decisions if they're selling, and they make great purchase decisions when they're buying. So if you'd like more information on this information or what's going on in the Tri-Cities market, please just reach out to us. You can click here below and subscribe to our channel. We really want you to do that. And you can also personal message me. We'll be monitoring this and keeping up to date with any comments or questions provided below. And we're happy to help. So again, we're with Community Real Estate Group here with Keller Williams in Tri-Cities, Washington, the southeast part of the state, the Evergreen State.